Transformers, more than meets the eye. Transformers, robots in disguise. Autobots wage their battle to destroy the... Oops, wrong cartoon. Hey everyone, I am John, host of Video Games in the World. We live in an era where shows and movies are mostly superheroes and reboots of classical ones, as one of the characters from Grand Theft Auto 5 said. And boy, he was right. Now, the Transformers have been an iconic franchise of cartoons, toys, comics, and some video games as well since 1984. It spawned an animated movie in 1986, which was an epic movie introducing new Autobots and Decepticons. Japan got also into the action with their own shows such as Headmasters, Master Force, Victory, Scramble City, 2010, etc. Oh, and also, let's not forget that the anime shows of robots in disguise, Cybertron, and Armada, of course. Not to mention that we have 6 live-action movies. First one was good, second one was trash, third one was trash, fourth and fifth ones were absolute meh. Or trash if you wanna, if that's what you think, of course. Now, Bumblebee is exactly what a lot of Transformers fans have been waiting for, and we all loved it. I loved Bumblebee. It felt so much more connected to the 1984 cartoons than the other 5 live-action movies. Now, when it comes to cartoons, we've seen the reboot known as Transformers Prime and the Robots in Disguise reboot, and they were awesome, darker takes on the Transformers. And now we have the upcoming War for Cybertron Trilogy on Netflix. But now, the Maximals and the Predacons are coming back in a reboot of one of my favorite shows growing up, Beast Wars Transformers! Woo! Yeah! Except that, now, if you love Beast Machines and hate Beast Wars, I don't like you. I still like you, but I thought Beast Machines was a piece of trash. Beast Wars takes place before the G1 Transformers era, which of course involves time travel. Well, this one, of course. It's a battle between the Maximals and the Predacons, who are descendants of the Autobots and Predacons. And that 3D cartoon was beautiful. Great moments, epic fight scenes, emotional moments, biblical moments, etc. Rather than vehicles of land, sea, and air, the Transformers in that show turn into animals from the animal kingdom and prehistoric ones as well. We remember that Optimus Primal had the form of a gorilla, while Megatron had the form of a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Rhinox was the Ironhide type of character. Cheetor was a Bumblebee type of character, and while Terrorsaur of the Predacons was more of a Starscream-like character. Okay, so this Beast Wars reboot is part of the War for Cybertron Trilogy coming on Netflix and is titled as the third and final chapter known as Kingdom. In a tweet from Netflix's account, the title, Transformers War for Cybertron Kingdom, was confirmed, and the likely introduction of the Beast Wars characters was all but. In the tweet, Netflix included ape and dinosaur emojis as well as phrases like "Go ape," "Get your claws out," all which appears to point to the animalistic Maximals and Predacons appearing on Kingdom, and even directly references their leaders, Optimus Primal and Megatron, as said, whose animal forms are that of a gorilla and a T-Rex, respectively. Unlike the original Beast Wars, the Maximals and the Predacons are not descendants of the Autobots and the Predacons, but an offshoot factions that appear around at the same time. Well, I actually hope that Netflix doesn't screw this up with this reboot, because honestly, I've seen bad reboots of movies and shows. When it comes to rebooted shows that are bad and most likely to fail, I would rather not see the Charmed reboot, the Roswell reboot, the upcoming Wonder Years reboot, the Saved by the Bell reboot, Ghost Rider, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and the Lost Boys reboots. I'd rather not see them. Thundercats Roar. Ay, Dios mío. What a piece of trash cartoon. Que basura. Was lambasted for being a piece of trash. Rebooted movies that were totally bad, I can say, are the following. Tim Burton's Planet of the Apes, which was boring and dull. Rob Zombie's Halloween was bad. Friday the 13th was garbage. Nightmare on Elm Street, people didn't like it. RoboCop, nobody saw that. Evil Dead, people hated it. The Thing, people hated it. And last but not least, I thought the Ghostbusters reboot was whack. And so was the Total Recall reboot I didn't like. Yeah, I will get attacked for hating on the Ghostbusters movie, but what do I care? The problem is that criticism of something that these people like, they take it too personally. But let it be known that there are some reboots that turn out to be really good, like Voltron Legendary Defender. It started slow, but as the show progressed, it got a lot better, and its conclusion was amazing and satisfying. Various references and Easter eggs from the original cartoon. The DuckTales reboot was also a phenomenal reimagination of the original cartoon. Brought back many of the characters such as Fenton, Gizmo Duck. Except that Fenton's last name is not Crackshell, but Cabrera. However, Fenton was reimagined as a Latino, and his mom, Mama Cabrera, differs so much from the original Mama Crackshell. In this one, she's not a couch potato watching All My Ducklings, but a police officer that watches telenovelas. As a Latino, I can relate to such things because my mother, my sisters, they used to watch telenovelas, but my mom, she was more into the Colombian and Brazilian telenovelas, unlike my sisters that were more into the Mexican and Venezuelan telenovelas. And this telenovela that Mama Crackshell watches called Patos de la Pasión is like a reference to the famous Colombian telenovela Pasión de Gavilanes. Other TV shows that were rebooted and turned out to be good were shows like Battlestar Galactica, Carmen Sandiego, Wentworth, One Day at a Time, which involves a Latino family, a reboot of the original One Day at a Time for the 1970s, which starred Mackenzie Phillips in the show. Also, the 2003 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon was phenomenal, more closer to the comics. The 2012 cartoon as well was pretty good. And Star Wars: The Clone Wars, a reboot of the 2003 cartoon. But what rebooted movies were pretty good? Well, there's the 2009 Star Trek film, It, King Kong, Rise of the Planet of the Apes, Man of Steel, the 1983 Scarface movie, etc. Now, before closing this, like I said, don't screw this up, Netflix. What do you think about Beast Wars reboot? Let me know in the comments below. Also, as you saw, I am streaming playthroughs on YouTube, and I'm going to go on Facebook as well. Every Saturday and Sunday shall be retro gaming, live streams of retro gaming. And the Season 1 reboot will arrive this September. Season 1 reboot will feature extra episodes that I thought about making, but never did it, unfortunately. Okay, so I am John, host of Video Games in the World. Have a good one. Later.